The Only Crook He Never Caught by Alley Cat Tomlinson. Narrated by Alley Cat Tomlinson. Prologue. September 16th, 1967. Dear Diary. Today, me and Dick Grayson, my boyfriend, as you already know because of how much I talk about him, took my second fully licensed and legal drive up through Gotham Heights to the Overlook picnicking grounds. Yeah, I've had a license for 2 months, but I've also got a private chauffeur, so it was fun, and I picked so many flowers that the next several pages will probably just be me pressing them, so I won't ever forget today. Today caps off a perfect summer. We really got to know each other over the summer, even though we've been in the same classes since 3rd grade, and we've always been fairly friendly with each other. I hadn't ever had a meaningful conversation with him until late June, though, because even though we got along okay, we never went past the usual kind how-do-you-dos. Tonight was beautiful, a clear, cloudless night, and up that high on the hill there's almost no lights. You can see hundreds upon thousands of millions of stars. We sat up there for probably 3 hours just talking about nothing and everything. Poetry, philosophy, the algebra test we both fear, how big of an actual jerk the new soda jerk at the drugstore is, the one who is bound and determined to sell you something even if you came in for a prescription and strictly only that. Just your usual stuff. But diary, I haven't even gotten to the best part yet. P.S. This is the second peddled example. There's plenty more to come. Anyway, back to the best part you haven't heard yet. So as we're sitting there in my parents' cherry red Corvette that I had to beg and beg Dad to let me borrow, he was scared to death I'd wreck it. Like, really, he's seemingly forgetting I've drove it before, never scratched it, not so much as even gotten close to scratching it, but enough about the car. So yeah, we're sitting there. I was talking away about the new nail polish shade they have at the drugstore and how I'm trying to figure out what days and shifts the aforementioned jerk is on duty so I can avoid him when I realize he's completely pulled out of the conversation. It wasn't like serious engagement or anything, but I'd been getting a steady string of yeses and nos and one or two that must have took you a lot of works. I had been looking down at my list, and when I looked up, I noticed he wasn't looking at the list. Rather, he was simply looking at me. Those beautiful dark blue eyes that over the last few months I had learned to read as quickly and easily as a Jane Austen novel, most of which at this point I could recite from memory, caught my gaze for a moment and captured it. I could instantly tell he was uneasy, but other than that I couldn't tell. "Is anything the matter, my dear?" I asked, instantly concerned. This flower fell apart. I tried my hardest to reconstruct it. I don't think it looks very good, but whatever. "No, I'm all right, just thinking," he answered. "Care to share?" "Well, maybe. Lorena, do you know you're a very pretty thing?" "You may have mentioned your opinion on the matter once or twice," I teased with a chuckle. "But all the same, thank you. That means a lot to know you think so. You're a looker yourself, you know that." "Holy flattery! You know that's gonna go straight to my head, don't you? I'll get all stuck up and start acting like a Hollywood film star. You better be careful, or one day you'll turn around and instead of me, you'll have Elvis Presley or somebody on your arm," he laughed. "Then again, you'd be trading up." I shook my head. "No, I wouldn't be. I'd be going out of my wits to get you back. Hollywood can keep Elvis Presley for all I care. I've got my very own personal Dick Grayson." "I hope you know I really care for you, Lorena. You're a girl of great beauty and perhaps even more intelligence." "No, diary, this wasn't the famous best part. That's coming next." We both fell into a comfortable and undisturbed silence for a few fleeting seconds before he spoke again. "Lorena, can I kiss you?" he asked all of a sudden. "I wish you would. We've been sitting here for like an hour," I thought, but I said, "Oh, goodness, Dickie, you know you don't have to ask." He was a gentleman, a sort of upper-class one, which was kind of surprising considering his parents and the rest of his close family were acrobats in a traveling circus. If I'll admit it, though, sometimes his gently treading antics got a little old. And diary, I've never ever been kissed like that before. I know I've said that after every kiss he's ever bestowed upon me, but really, every one is better than the last. I've kept careful record, and after a little calculation, I've concluded this was our 68th one, 69th if you count that time he pressed his fingertip to his lips before tapping my nose. He's absolutely perfect, diary. Kind, charming, endearing, and oh so funny. He keeps me laughing all the time. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.